John Woodbury was born on January 8, 1841, followed a few years later by his brother Jacob on December 21, 1843. Their father, John, was a shoemaker who provided a comfortable life for his family in the seaside town of Beverly, Massachusetts. And once they were old enough, both boys went to work in their father's shop. But on December 19, 1861, John left home to enlist in the Navy. Jacob must have been determined to stay with his older brother, because he switched places with a Navy recruit named Thomas R. Coombs on December 21st. Together they joined the crew of the USS St. Louis, a sloop of war launched in 1828. She was obsolete in an era of steam engines, but the ship had recently been rearmed with more modern Parrott guns and 32-pounders at the Philadelphia Navy Yard. As far as the Navy was concerned, that was good enough. And so the St. Louis set sail for Cadiz, Spain on February 24, 1862, with orders to hunt down Confederate commerce raiders. Algeciras, Spain, July 24, 1863. Dear parents, I write you a few lines to inform you that we are well, and hope this will find you the same. We are waiting here for a wind to get out of the strait to go to Madeira, as there is a Confederate steamer reported outside. We shall go out as quick as possible. We have got news today of the taking of Vicksburg, and if what they say is true, I think there will be peace soon. Anyway, I hope so that we shall come north, for it is so hot here. I am getting kind of sick of it. We have been in warm weather all the time since we came out here. We lay right across from the Rock of Gibraltar now, on the Spanish side, and I have just come from the Rock in the first cutter, which boat I have belonged to all the cruise, and Jake belongs to the whaleboat. I hope we shall come home in the spring, and I think we have knocked around here long enough. We expect to be at Lisbon in October, but we are in hopes to get some letters in Madeira, as the mail is to be sent there. You must write every chance you get, as we like to know how things go at home. And it is most time for the fishermen to come home now. Let us know how they bite, and tell Skipper Andrew to keep up a good heart, and they will bite by and by. Speaking of fishing puts me in mind of Woodbury. We often wonder where he is, and hope he is all right, as we shall have to go a cruise in the old pen after we get home. I think Johnny is getting quite a big boy now. We should like to see him and the baby too. But never mind. Only 10 months more and we shall see all of you, I hope. Jake sends his love to you and all the rest. He has gone over to the Rock at the time I write. I hope we shall have a wind tomorrow so we can get out, for it is 6 miles over there, and it is a long pull, as there is no wind and cannot sail very often. I see a piece in the paper the other day that said sailing ships were no good out here, and I think about the same myself. I think I have wrote a pretty long letter this time, so I will close with our best wishes to you all. John E. and J.K. Woodbury. Write as soon as you can. U.S. Ship St. Louis, Lisbon, Portugal, October 3, 1863. Dear parents, I write you a few lines to inform you that we are well, and hope you all are the same. We arrived here the 29th of September from a cruise, and we got your letters soon after we came to. We are glad to hear you are all well, and especially to see Mother's picture, but I think it looks very old. She looks 20 years older than when we left home. I think she must have worried herself too much. I see in one of the letters that Mother thinks our pictures look sick, but we are just as well as we ever was, and still like first rate. We are to lay here about 2 months to fit ship. They have got a great deal of carpentering to do to her. She is kind of tender in some places, and they are going to take out some of the planking, I believe. I think we shall go another cruise somewhere after they get her fitted up again. The officers think she will be called home this winter, but I don't expect she will, for she has been going home ever since we left the Delaware. But I think she will come home in the spring about next May. They don't keep ships on a foreign station over 2 years now. I should like to come home, even if we did have to go back on the blockade a spell. If we could get a week's liberty to come home and see folks, which we certainly should if she does come. I would like to go a cruise in one of them gunboats, as our ship is getting to seem an old thing now. We have been aboard so long. I think I told you we have a new captain. We don't have quite so easy times now as we did with the other one. He was a nice man and gentle, but this one trots us around pretty well. He is drilling us all the time, day and night too sometimes, but I suppose he wants to have us fit for something, if he can put us alongside of anything. But there is not much sight for a sailing ship to get anywhere near those steamers. I expected when we started that we should have to do some fighting. I did not think we should be out here, but all right, just as good one place as another. We are glad to hear that Jed has got home, and hope he is doing well now. It seems as if we can see him at work in the corner now, and as shoemaking is good, it is first rate for him. Give our best respects to him, and tell him we have often wished that he had come with us. If you write as soon as you get this, we shall get your letter before we leave here. I think we have sent you a long letter this time. Give our best respects to Sister and the babies, and Skipper Andrew and his family, and all the rest, and accept the same yourself. From J.E. and J.K. Woodbury. P.S. We had a nice letter from Skipper Andrew, a very long one, and was very much pleased with it. All of our letters this time were first rate. Tell Mother she must not think the pictures look sick, or worry about us, because we are all right, and we shall be making that way in about 7 or 8 months more. We thank Mrs. Fisk for wishing us well, and send our best respects to her. U.S. Ship St. Louis, Cadiz, Spain, May 18th, 1864. Dear Parents, I write you a few lines to inform you that we are both well, and hope you all are the same. We received your letter in Lisbon about 2 months ago, but we cannot send letters very often. I think you might write oftener, as you have a chance to send them. You should not wait for us every time, because we are away to the islands and other places where we cannot write. We should like very much to have you write a little oftener. We are going to sea tomorrow, bound for Tangiers and down along the coast. We have been expecting orders for home every day lately, but there is none come yet. We can't tell when we shall come. We shall be here again in a month or so. We hear they are paying large bounties at home now, but we don't hear much about the war lately. There is a good many of our men run away lately. Jake sends his best respects to you all, and I do the same. Give our best respects to Sister and the babies, and tell her to write as soon as she can. J.E. and J.K. Woodbury. P.S. I suppose you have heard of our affair in Madeira with the rebel Florida. That was a bad affair. I don't wonder the war lasts so long, if that is the way they all do business. I don't want to stay in this ship any longer. I could tell you all about it, but I don't like to say anything about it here. In my opinion, if our first captain had been here, he would have blowed her out of the water. I don't know what to make of it at all. There we laid in Madeira, close to the Florida, and she flying the Confederate flag. And in the night she got under way and goes out to sea, while we merely shot the guns and stand watch, and get under way the next morning at 9 o'clock. Well, we went to Tenerife and got there the day after the Florida left, and have not seen her since, and in my opinion we don't want to. I hope the ship will come home soon. I feel kind of ashamed of her now, but it's no use to talk about it now. One thing's certain. There is not much danger of fighting much for this ship. I think they had better call her home. I don't know of any news to write, but I thought I would write a few lines to get a letter from you. Jake is all right, and so am I. I think Tom has done the right thing by learning a trade. I wish we had a trade now. Please write as soon as you can. John E. Woodbury. I should like to know if Skipper Andrew got the letter I wrote to him, and if he did, why he has not wrote. Give my respects to all. J.E. and J.K.W. U.S. Ship St. Louis, Cadiz, Spain, June 20th, 1864. Dear Parents, I write you a few lines to inform you that we are well, and hope you all are the same. We are ordered to Cherbourg, on the French coast, to join the Kearsarge. There is 2 privateers there, the Alabama and the Alexandria. We are to take on stores here and join the Kearsarge as soon as we can. We have not had any letters for a long time, and we should like to hear from you very much. We don't know when we shall come home, but are in hopes to get home this fall. 2 years and a half is long enough in one ship, and it is getting to be an old thing, but we are doing very well. We was never better in health in our life, but we want a little change. We should like to have a month or two liberty to go a-blueberrying, and I can't tell how long we shall be gone, but you can direct your letters to Cadiz, and we shall get it wherever we are. I suppose you are looking for us. Every day I see in the papers the ship is ordered to be home, and I thought you had seen something about it by your not writing. Jake is all right, and sends his best respects to you all, and give our best respects to Sister and the little boys. We should like to see you all, and hope we shall by and by, as we hear the news from the war is very favorable. I think times is pretty good at home now. I see fish is up to a good price. We think if we don't come home this fall, we shall have to stay out this winter, but I think we shall come that way this fall. I suppose there is a great alteration there since we went away. I will write from Cherbourg if I get a chance, and don't forget to write a letter oftener if you can. Give your best respects to all, and accept the same from your 2 boys, J.E. and J.K. Woodbury. P.S. Tell Mother to keep up a good heart, and accept our best wishes, hoping we shall see her before long. I don't know of much to write. You must excuse our short letter, and write us a long one. From your boys, John E. and J.K. Woodbury. On June 14, 1864, the USS Kearsarge, a steam-powered Mohican-class sloop of war, found the Confederate commerce raider Alabama anchored in the port of Cherbourg, France. The Kearsarge's captain telegraphed Gibraltar, requesting the St. Louis come at once to provide blocking assistance and provisions. The Alabama was a British-built warship that had captured or burned 65 Union merchant ships in less than 2 years, and her captain, Raphael Sims, knew that more ships like the St. Louis were on their way. His best chance of escape was facing the Kearsarge now, while she was alone, and so Captain Sims sent a message through diplomatic channels to the captain of the Kearsarge, challenging him to a naval duel. Just one day before the Woodbury brothers wrote this letter home, on June 19th, Alabama steamed out to meet the USS Kearsarge. Alabama was the first to open fire as Kearsarge turned to meet her foe, and for the next hour both ships tore into one another with shot and shell. The Kearsarge had a slower rate of fire than Alabama, but despite this disadvantage, she still managed to inflict more damage on her opponent, and the engagement ended with the Alabama reduced to a battered, smoking wreck. Her colors were struck, a white flag appeared from her stern, and Alabama's only remaining boat was sent to Kearsarge for help. As the ship settled by her stern and sank to the bottom, Captain Sims and 41 of his crew were taken aboard the British steam yacht Deerhound, while the remainder were left to be picked up by the Kearsarge. Out of a crew of 170, 9 were killed during the battle, 10 drowned, and 21 were wounded. U.S. ship St. Louis, Faial, Portugal, August 15, 1864. Dear Parents, I write you a few lines to inform you that we are well, and hope this will find you the same. We did not go to Cherbourg, as we expected. We was all ready to start, and the captain had a dispatch from the Kearsarge, stating that he did not want us, as he had an engagement with the Alabama, and sank her. They fought 1 hour and 10 minutes, and stove her all to pieces. The Kearsarge had 3 men wounded, and one of them has since died. Sims got away in an English yacht. There is a Beverly whaling schooner in here, and he is a-going home this week. Jake fell in with the mate of her ashore, and he said he would take a letter home for us. He lives in Beverly. I was aboard of a Boston schooner last Sunday, and seen a man belongs there too. His name is Hussey, I think. He was 4 weeks from home. He told me a good deal of news. We shall go to Tenerife shortly, and the mail is to be sent there from Lisbon this fall, I think, and winter there. We shall not get any Confederates this year, I guess. But never mind, there will be plenty next year, I suppose. We want to get to Tenerife to get our letters, to hear from little Johnny and Richard. Little Johnny, I say. I suppose it is Big Johnny now. Can't think of any more to write now, so I must hunt up Jake to help me finish out. I suppose he has got something special to say, as he is very anxious for me to write. As I write, there is about a dozen ladies walking by, visitors from the shore. Jake sends his best respects to all, and says he wants to send a letter by this man, because he is coming right home, and he says he will take it to you himself. It seems good to see a chap once in a while that we can talk to, besides Portuguese and Spanish. Jake says he wants to get home to get the big bounty. We hear they are giving $900 for the Navy. I should think they could get plenty of men, with such great endorsements as that. And we hear they ship for 1 year at that. I should like to see this war over, so we could have a little reckoning with England. You see, they cannot keep their fingers out of other folks' business after fitting out the Alabama. They must have a yacht to watch her, and when she gets jammed, the yacht takes Sims off, and some of his officers, and away she goes to England. But there will be a time when they will be sorry for this, I hope. Give our best respects to all, and accept the same yourselves from your boys. Tell Mother to keep up a good heart. We will come home by and by. Give our best respects to Tom, and tell him we hope he is doing well. Give our best respects to little Johnny and Richard, and sister, and all the rest. Write as soon as you can. John E. Woodbury. After 2 years of overseas duty, the St. Louis returned home on November 26, 1864. She was assigned to the South Atlantic Blockading Squadron for the remainder of the war, and then returned to Philadelphia in May of 1865 to be decommissioned. The St. Louis spent the rest of her life anchored in the Delaware River, first as a receiving ship, and then a training vessel for the naval militia. She was finally sold for scrap in 1907. John was discharged from the Navy on June 14, 1865, and went back to work as a shoemaker. At the age of 27, he married Mary E. Elliott, and together they raised 3 children. John passed away at the age of 70 on March 28, 1911. Jacob re-enlisted with the Navy for 3 years, and spent the rest of his life as a mariner. He is last mentioned in the 1870 census. The date of his death and place of his burial are unknown.